Welcome. Today we're here with Sara Sachs talking about her workshop, Journey Through the Clairs. Welcome, Sara.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
It's great to have you. I'm so glad you wanted to talk about this topic. It's a very interesting topic, and I know a lot of people have questions about it. So let's talk. Let's just get started. What would you say? How do you explain the clairs and psychic ability?
Well, the clairs are basically your senses, and you work with them. They're very important. They're kind of like the basis of doing psychic work and using your senses to connect with something maybe that someone that you're bringing through from the world of spirit may have felt, or in psychic work. Just a feeling around the client or something for that they need to be aware of, and that often happens through your senses.
Mm. Mm-hmm. And what are the five clairs? There's five, right?
Okay, there are more, actually more. There are a lot of them, but
Okay.
that I realize. But I will just give you a few. The first one, the basic one, which is the root of them all, is clairsentience, which is clear feeling. Then we have clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. Clairaudience, clear hearing. Uh, Clairgustiance, clear tasting. Clairsalience, clear smelling. And we have clairtangency, which is clear touching, which is a very interesting one. And that I think the end result of this would be the claircognizance, the clear knowing, where you really feel connected and you just know through spirit what you're talking about.
So Sara, since clairsentience is so common and it's kind of that root of the tree as you were explaining, what ways do people use clairsentience on a daily basis? Like,
Well, clairsentience is the basis. I'm going to think of it as the springboard for all of the other uh, feelings. Now, not only is clairsentience useful in psychic work, but it's a good survival tool too.
mm,
And I'll give you an example of that. Years ago, I was coming back from work, and I was got off. I was living on the Upper West Side. I got off the subway at 72nd Street, and as I was walking up Amsterdam Avenue during rush hour, and it was very crowded, I felt something was very wrong right behind me. I felt I had my bag over my shoulder. It was like a butterfly was touching it. If I had not been aware, I would have never noticed it. I turned around and faced a man who was dressed in a business suit, if you can believe that, who had the most guilty look on his face, like he had just been caught, and he went on his way. And that was all from feeling,
mm.
just getting that feeling. That may be an incident that I have found very useful and drawn upon in my work as a medium.
That's really interesting. Would you say clairsentience is also like when people can feel you staring at them, and it's like that tingling sense that's it's not really something you know, but you can feel it. Would you say that's what clairsentience is?
Yes, it is also. It's like if you're sitting in a public place and all of a sudden you feel pulled for you say, I know someone's looking at me, and automatically your head just turns and you meet the eyes of that person. That's
Mm,
also clairsentience, because you needed to have that feeling to pull you right around to the other person.
interesting. Yeah, and you can't be like thinking about a lot of different things. You have to kind of be able to sense what you're feeling in order to recognize that. That's great.
And in mediumship, it's the feeling of a spirit
Mm,
presence. And that's
okay.
how you draw on the experience that maybe I had walking down the street. You draw on that to say, I know that feeling, and then you use it for spirit.
Great. Can you give a brief overview of your workshop and who would you say is the target audience for that?
Okay, as in the overview of this is to learn how to use these senses. And thanks to a great tutor and my classmates at the Arthur Findlay School, I worked on this as a class project. we all in a discussion agreed that the clairsentience is it's kind of like the trunk of the tree, and all the others grow from it. But it's taking the students and giving them an exercise where they get a feeling of a thing or a person, whether in the living or passed on, then in a meditation, then they expand on that and realize that other senses have come into play with that. And it's geared for beginners and intermediates, although I would adjust to take some advanced people who are maybe having it. I have a friend who said she can't see anything. That she has, and I want to make it for all levels. But basically, the audience that I have here locally, I found that the beginner to intermediate level is the best way to go.
Fantastic. Okay. And how do we find that workshop? Where do you post it on your website or your Facebook page?
Okay, I do post it. It goes on my Facebook page first, and then it ends up on the website. I would also say that people may want to look at the website of Journeys of Life bookstore in Pittsburgh, because that's one of the places I teach it, and also to go to lilydaleassembly.org and look at the summer schedule, because that's another venue that I teach it. So that, and my Facebook page is Sara Sachs, Psychic Medium. I'm very easy to find, and I don't use any of those cutesy nicknames. It's my name, Psychic Medium, and then it's very easy to find. And then on my website, www.psychicsara.net is where it would appear on my website.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sara, and thank you so much, everyone, for watching. If you enjoyed that video, please like and subscribe.